We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Little Einstein, climb aboard, get ready to explore different types of economies. There's so much to climb. Little Einstein, we're going on a mission. Start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone.
We've arrived at our first stop on our trip, an example of a traditional economy. Let's go see what it's all about. Take it out.
Traditional economies, such as the one shown here, are largely based upon the way in which a society lives. This type of society is usually smaller, often in the form of a family or a tribe. Goods and services that make up the economy often reflect the lifestyle of the people living in that society. This means that things such as agriculture, fishing, and hunting and gathering are very influential to the economic system as a whole. Traditions, customs, and beliefs of a society also play a big part in how that economy works. Because the goods and the services of a traditional economy are directly related to the lives of the people, there is rarely a surplus. All goods and services are used to their full extent, sometimes causing the people of a traditional economy to look as if they are living in poverty. Although the reliance upon the environment is a potential disadvantage for this type of economy, the way in which the economy works provides many advantages to the members of the society. For example, every individual in the society knows what their role is and what they will receive as a reward for doing their part. Additionally, people in the traditional economies may use a system of barter or trade instead of money in exchange for goods or services. You will see an example of this system of trade in the following clip.
Now that we're done here, let's head on to our next stop on the trip, an example of a command economy.
A command economy is a system where the government, rather than the free market, determines what goods should be produced, how much should be produced, and the price at which goods will be offered for sale. Communist and socialist societies have command economies. China, Cuba, North Korea, and the former Soviet Union have forms of command economies. Flaws of this economic system include the inability to efficiently allocate goods and the prevalence of shortages and surpluses.
Buy your snowballs. Snowballs. You ain't got no balls. Buy some balls.
Ma'am, you can't be selling these snowballs. The government says you have to sell these boots instead.
Why?
Why?
How dare you have the balls to come up here and do this? Why?
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 Because the government said so. Sell these boots.
No. Buy your boots.
Ma'am, you can't be selling these boots for this price. It's not the government-approved price. You have to be selling them for this. And why don't you sell these snowballs? Get rid of these.
Fine. I'll get rid of them.
Just listen, sell the boots. Jeez. Now we've arrived at our next destination, an example of a market economy. I'm here at the Visitor Center, where I just ran into Adam Smith. He was just telling me that he wrote The Wealth of Nations, talking about laissez-faire, a system in which there is little government involvement. A market economy is a system in which decisions and the pricing of goods and services are made by citizens with little government. Competition allows for more choices and enhances economic growth through increased investments. Markets with more competition tend to create better products. Location, government regulation, or uniqueness of a product may affect competition. Capitalism is an important type of market economy. Capitalism is a system of economics based on the private ownership of capital and production inputs. Profit is the reward for risk and indicator of efficiency. The price determines demand, supply, and inflation. In this economic system, what is produced is determined by the consumers. Our final stop brings us to an example of a mixed economy.
Mixed economies have aspects of both socialism and capitalism. They have some private enterprise for freedom of capital, but also significant amounts of government intervention to achieve social aims. Public sectors work along with private sectors, and overall this system is less efficient than capitalism, but more efficient than socialism. Most modern economies feature this form of synthesis, in which prices in some sectors are allowed to fluctuate, but other prices are fixed. You can think of this kind of like a cake, in which you have to put some parts of capitalism and some parts of socialism in order to achieve a proper mixture.
Get it together.
Additional.
Shoot.
5, 4,